What's up? Let's talk about sourdough. If you're like me and you try to make sourdough, you realize it's not so easy to do. Even the cat can't do it. Here is my sourdough starter. Took a lot of experimenting. But now that I know how to do it, I can make very easy sourdough. The first thing for making sourdough is you have to use whole wheat flour. For example, well, where did it go? Someplace in here. I don't know what I do with the flour. Where's the flour? There it is. Now, actually measuring it out did not work that well for me because I guess the flours vary. The key is to put a little bit of flour in, whole wheat, add water until it's thick, like dough consistency. If it's too watery, it doesn't work. And here's the other thing. At the next day, well, actually, what you kind of need to do is wait, sometimes more than a day, till you see some activity. Maybe you might need to wait 2 days. And when it starts going, you can't just add to it. You have to throw most of it out each day, because otherwise it's going to just build up lactic acid and just taste terrible. So what I do is, at the end of the day, if I'm not using it all, I throw most of it out, just leave a little, and then add more flour and water to like a dough mixture of thickness, and it grows right back. I fed this morning, and you can see it's already coming back, even though there's only a little bit in the jar. Anyway, back to my assistant here helping me make sourdough. What do you think, Obi? Okay, anyway, as you know, sourdough is a huge amount of work, so we're going to use a bread machine from Costco. And it has some programs here, but you'll notice there's none for sourdough. So what I'm doing is I pick the dough setting, and I put 2 cups of flour and 150 milliliters of water, half a teaspoon of salt, tablespoon of oil, and like 2 teaspoons of sugar. And then I just pick the dough setting, which runs for about an hour and a half, which pretty much just mixes it. When that's done, I do it again. So I press the button twice so far. Now what I do is I wait probably most of the day. You can see it's already starting to rise in there pretty much. Anyway, you wait most of the day, and I started this morning like 10 o'clock. It's now at 5 o'clock. Maybe about 7 o'clock it'll be completely done rising. And then I go to the bake setting, which is 14, press the button, and that's it. So I can make a loaf of sourdough very quickly. Now, I did use regular flour, unbleached, for the bread. You can use whole wheat. It just, it's not that tasty, and it doesn't rise as well. So usually whole wheat is kind of when they say whole wheat, it's like a mixture of whole wheat and regular flour. But this one, I'm using just regular unbleached flour. And when I put the starter in, I used very little, like 2 tablespoons. That's it. Because if you put too much, it starts to taste, sour and vinegary. And you only need a small amount because it's alive. It will grow back fast. The key is using the bread maker to do all the hard work, the mixing. And I don't use any of the built-in programs. I just use the dough setting, which mixes and kind of warms it a little bit. I run that through it twice. And then I use the bake setting. So it's just super easy to do and can be done in one day with almost no effort and cleanup. Right, Obi? What do you think? Sourdough, is that the way to go? Okay, well, he's anxiously waiting for some sourdough. That or to steal my sourdough rubber band on the top. Anyway, so sourdough doesn't have to be so hard to do. It's pretty easy. Now that you know the shortcuts.